Hey there, I'm Jen from Lumnio and I am here today with another video about the work instructions. In this one, we'll focus on creating basic work instructions from scratch. We'll create a new file, fill it with sections and steps, and publish it when ready. So, let's get started. We'll begin on the content creator's dashboard, again. To create new work instructions, simply click the blue button above. First, you'll be prompted to select a folder to put your file into. Large organizations might have complicated folder structures to store all of their content. But lucky for us, our folders are pretty simple. Next, we'll fill out the basics. Today we are going to be creating instructions for returning the company car after a business trip. So, let's fill out the name. We'll also change the required tech level. Tech level gives access to different people. The higher tech level you have, the more you have access to. Let's set the level for reading to 0, so anyone can use these instructions. Once we're done, let's create the work instructions and start editing. So, this is the work instructions screen. If you're not familiar with it, feel free to watch our previous video where I explain how everything works. But before we start creating steps and sections, let's upload a thumbnail and write a short description. We can also add an estimation of the time needed. Now that we have our basic info, let's start creating sections and steps. The first section is going to be named Basic Information and will contain steps to help us identify the company car. There are many types of steps you can choose from. In this Lumnio lesson, we'll focus on the basic types like text, media, and inputs. In the next one, we'll dive deeper to explore the advanced types. First step is to park the car. Let's add a text step with a picture to show you how it's done. So, let's name our step, quickly drop in a picture, and focus on the text first. You can add multiple text blocks to a step, each with a different meaning. Here, we'll add a generic text first and add a warning text to stress the important info. As you can see, dropping a picture in is not the only way to add media to our guide. We can also pick any media from storage, a recent call, or select another work, instructions, or a capture to copy media from. The media you upload or select will appear down here and you can preview it, edit it, or save it to your PC. Next step will be a value input. When you add an input, it's always added with the text type. Let's change that using this dropdown. For this input, we'll need the date input, because we want the user to input the departure date. You can even set this input as required to make sure everyone fills it out. There are many other types of inputs, but we'll get to those later. Next, the user will input the mileage of the car after the trip. We'll use the input step again, this time with a number type. As you can see, you can set boundaries for the number. In the next step, the user will input the VIN and the registration numbers. We can use the multiple inputs type to create a step with more inputs than one. Your inputs are on the left side and you can change the properties of each one on the right. You can name each one separately and even add a description. And in the last step of this section, the user will be asked if they refueled the car. First, we'll use the input and single option choice to ask the user about the fuel type of their car. You can reorder the choices if you want to. Then we'll use the yes/no switch to ask if they refueled the car when they were on the business trip. You can add a custom question or change the yes and no choices to a different thing. For example, if you wanted the user to choose between AC or DC. But let's move on. Time to create the next section by clicking this button down below. In this section, we'll ask the user to check the car for any damage and take pictures. So the first step will require the user to take a picture of the car from the front. We'll use the media capture option step to do that. You can specify allowed media types and set a required minimum. We'll set that to 1. Next, we'll create the steps for the other sides. You can do that by duplicating the first step using this button up here. Let's fast forward a little and we're done. We'll add the last section next. In this one, the user will be asked if there's anything wrong with the car. Let's name it Report Problems. We will use the input step with multiple option choice to do that. So, let's create some potential problems the user might encounter. You can activate the Select All and None options using this button here. But what if nothing matches the user's problem? Then we can add a dictated note input to let them tell us directly. There's more advanced steps that can help you report problems automatically and even schedule work, but we'll cover them in the next video to keep this one short and simple. Once we're happy with what we've created, it's time to save our work and publish the first version using the buttons up here. The media might take a second to upload. If there are any issues like missing titles or broken references, Lumnio will let you know so you can fix them quickly. Let's save and try publishing again, and as you can see, everything is in order now. And that's everything for this video. We learned how to create a work instruction file, fill it with sections and steps, and how to publish it when we're done. But we still have a lot to cover. In the next couple of videos, we'll take a look at conditional steps and sections, advanced steps, linking other work instructions, and generating reports. So, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.